And here we are. Oh, let's see, switch our camera. There we go. So, down here in the bottom left-hand corner of Xel'Naga Caverns, we have Rain Artist spawning as our blue Terran. He has won the last two games for Team Rain, tying this up 2-2 against FnaticMSI, their representative, our red Protoss here in the top right-hand corner. That is TT1.
Yeah, and don't forget, guys, it went 2-0 and then 2-2, with Nighthawk actually playing really well for Fnatic, building up that momentum, and then Artist coming in there and slapping the momentum out of his face, stealing it back for Rain, and now Rain is 2-0, well, 2-2 actually when you add the scores
They've won the
up together.
Last two games,
They've won the last two games, there you go. So it's tied up at 2-2. Rain has to keep winning if they want to stay in the championship spot, so to say, the crowned seat of Team Arena, and they're doing pretty well so far. So it is going to be a Protoss versus Terran here on Xel'Naga Caverns. Before we get this game started, I wanted to answer a question on Twitter at HGStarcraft. Are you a computer enthusiast? Do you like building your own computer? Yes, I do. I love computers. I actually have a water-cooled computer at home.
Nice. Very nice. Good to know. Yeah. I only put together my own computers. I can't stand pre-configured computers.
And guess what, guys? We both actually share a pretty major hobby here. We're both really into cars.
We are, as a matter of fact. So, yes, I have always loved cars, and very much looking forward to getting into the racing scene here. Not like the underground street racing scene.
No,
you
like, gotta be too fast, too furious.
Too fast, too furious. 3 fast, 3 furious. But
I live my life a quarter mile at a time. What about you?
I can't associate myself with you anymore. But no, so I really am interested in getting into the track
you don't like
scene
driving
here,
Hellions, man?
Yeah, we have race cars.
I can't.
Let's
talk about Hellions.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. No,
I love Kelly. Kelly, I love you.
Yes.
So can't make fun of her. But anyway, Artist is putting down gas this time around. It's a Xel'Naga Cavern, so this switches things up a little bit. He's been going after gasless FEs for a little while, but Xel'Naga, quick rush distance, especially when you're against a player like TT1. TT1, of course, can go into super abusive gateway strategies at the drop of a hat. He's known for doing it. He pulls them off exceptionally well. His control is really, really good. So I can understand why Artist wouldn't be going after a very, very fast expand here.
You really can't go after a fast expand either on this map. It's really vulnerable to 4 gates.
I remember
right off the top of my head.
Back in the wild world of beta and
Wild
things
West?
like that, when they were talking the Wild West.
I thought you were going to say the Wild West, man. Literally.
The past of this game when people
the probe
were like,
gets in.
oh, it is going to get a good scout. But people were like, oh, this map is so big, it's almost like a 4-player map. And
what?
It just
I remember that.
Yeah, when they were saying Xel'Naga was almost the size of a 4-player map.
Do you remember Steps of War?
Do I remember Steps of War?
Literally,
Do you mean how many people have 2 racks on Steps of War?
All right, Steps of War, seriously, was a distance from Artist's base to the Xel'Naga Tower.
Yeah.
That was about the distance of Steps of War. It was literally, like, nothing.
And,
so,
of course, our friendly spectator letting us know that Artist does have an SCV buried in his opponent's base. But yeah, no, Steps of War, ridiculous rush map. I'm like, even though I abused the crap out of it, I am still totally happy that...
Why are we talking about Steps of War again? How do we get into this topic?
Talking about old maps, man.
Oh, right. That's right, old
maps. We're talking about Xel'Naga Towers, a.k.a. Kulas Ravine.
Oh, Xel'Naga Towers, that's right. Well, anyways, Artist is going to open up with this 2 barracks play, which I totally agree with on a map like this. You can't 1 racks expand. And the only other logical build really to play in a normal Terran versus Protoss short of cheesing is just to go for that 2 barracks expand. So he's got to get that stim pack down, and he's going to get Marines and Marauders.
Yeah, Artist has already shown that he wants to be a little more defensive this game around too, because he is going for stim first. If he was opening up with concussive timing or something like that, we can clearly know that he's going to move out and make a big push at the beginning of the game. But looks like he is just going to sit back for the time being on this 2 racks and just build up enough forces to secure an expansion. T21 only on 3 gates for the time being, but of course getting out that high sentry count, which he is known for, loves his abusive sentries, and he will be able to expand pretty soon.
Excuse me there, taking a sip of my little
soda.
Didn't
notice, I apologize.
No, it's okay, man. Put me on the spot. Sorry. We do have another command center coming up from Artist here. He's going to play that 2 barracks into expand style. I love how he's got a supply depot wall there, so he can fall back if he needs to and raise up the walls. And it looks like TG1 is going to go for 3-gate expand. Going to get that Nexus down right now. And both players playing a pretty standard game. However, I think Artist here is going to have a window to do a timing attack as soon as he expands, because as soon as that command center is done, the stim pack will finish as well, and he does have an opportunity to move out and see what he can do.
This is interesting. He's already putting up a factory, so I don't know if he's cluing us in that he actually wants to use a few mech units, or if he just wants to get out really, really, really fast medevacs, which is certainly a possibility, but on the back of only 2 racks at
usually
the moment,
most Terrans will throw down a 3rd barracks.
3 or 4, or
least.
5. I mean, I've seen plenty of people do 5 racks, build up a ton of units, and then go into reactor medevacs after that.
Yeah, too true right there. So I really wonder what he's going to go with after this factory goes down. I would love to see mech. Marines and tanks are actually really good against Protoss, believe it or not. But he's going to go right into the starport with the reactor on the way. So he's going to go into fast dropships. And that leads me to believe that he is going to try to be mobile around the map, obviously. Rather than attack through the ground, he's going to try to drop behind the fog of war at the Protoss main.
And looks like TT1's just about to finish up his expansion, going over to Robo on top of this. Don't know if he's just going to use it. If he's actually going to put a bunch of Colossi in here, if this is going to be used for just pure observers, and then huge amount of gateways. Seen TT1 recently going after 8 gate timings and things like that are just absurd. But
and they work, man.
They do.
You gotta, if it's gonna win you a game, you do it. I mean, that's how you win tournaments, and that's how you win the $900 that Fnatic can win here.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you're absolutely right. And to recap for those of you who are just tuning us or who are tuning into us who have never seen this before, this is IPL Team Arena. It is a once-per-week show match between 2 teams, King of the Hill style. So the winning team stays on to face next week's opponent. It's also winners format. Best of 9, so both teams throw up 5 players. They play against each other until they are out. And then the winning team walks home with a $500 prize and a $100 bounty attached to them. So Reign has won 4 weeks in a row. They have $2,000 collected and a $400 bounty placed on them. I think that's about all.
That's about it, man. I'm a little surprised Artist didn't push out sooner, finally pushing out. So I guess he was just waiting for his dropships to come out so he could have a little bit of stability and fortitude in his forces. And he's finally going to make his way over to the Xel'Naga tower. We do have a factory seeing the pylon.
Yeah,
he mannered his own Nexus.
Yes, he did. I was about to say that just so the factory couldn't. He would rather take down this 400 HP pylon than go after this 1250 HP factory. That's pretty clever. I really like that, actually. So here we go. Artist, he has a pretty good amount of bio units out at the moment. He has not... Oh, finally, there we go. Okay, maybe it was just because he was supply blocked. I was about to say, he's not been producing medevacs for a while, especially as early as he was trying to put up that starport. But finally, we do see a couple of supply depots getting put down, and that supplies start to be lessened up. We also have another barracks on the way, but still...
Artist is playing a really conservative game, man. He's throwing down bunkers right now. He's not attacking at all. Yeah, you'd expect Artist to just kind of go balls to the wall one of these games.
He all-killed Vile last week, and he was playing pretty aggressively. I expected at least a little bit of a follow-up, but it looks like he has done his due diligence in scouting out his opponents.
That's the beauty of a good player, though. They can play both styles.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, in one week, you're going to play all-out aggressive. The next week, you're going to play super passive. And whatever gets you to the end result of winning is the proper way. I mean, that's the way there's no other way to say it.
You're absolutely right.
So here comes CT1, though. He is going to move out with a lot of forces. However, Artist playing that conservative style already has 2 bunkers up. I can't help but feel that TT1's attack is going to fall in fertility.
And here we go. Artist accidentally loaded up that medevac, quickly rectifies the situation, and looks like TT1's going to make his way out. How many gateways does he have? Still only working off of 4 gateways at this time. Yeah. So here we go. He's going to make his way down. This ping is telling us nothing. Thank you for pinging us, spectators.
I saw him out the pylon there.
Shh. And here we go. TT1 going to make his way down, start picking off supply depots from the low ground. Certainly effective move, as if I've seen one Achilles heel in Artist play, it's that he does tend to get himself supply blocked quite a bit.
And it's kind of a nice spot here for TT1 because Artist can't take the risk of running up the ramp to defend on the high ground, because then his forces could get cut off at the ramp if they try to run back down to defend the natural. So Artist here is in a little bit of a predicament. He's falling behind in supply. Thankfully, he's building 2 at a time right now, so he's going to replenish his supply pretty quickly. But a pylon is coming up here, and there's an observer there. So TT1, he could warp in forces on the high ground if he wants to.
Certainly.
I don't know if that's...
he will.
Yeah, he could definitely do it. And here we go. Here comes the engagement. He's going to force Artist to run his forces up to the high ground. But no, wow. Artist is so smart. He's not going to run his forces up there. A force field goes down. An EMP shockwave obliterates all the energy on those sentries.
Yeah, and looks like TT1 backing off for the time being, but he is at a pretty good supply advantage. He does have Robo support bay going down as well, so he's going to be able to transition into Colossus tech.
I don't know why he felt that.
I think he just wanted to put on a little pressure that he's going to feign at a nice frontal attack and then just pull back and go up to a third base. I don't know.
I really think he should just continue with this attack. I feel like he had a great opportunity to do some more damage, but he's going to fall back. He's going to take his gold expansion. It works as well. and we'll see where he goes from here.
Yeah, Artist already has a couple of ghosts out, as you mentioned before. Money EMP went down, so he was able to do some damage there. That is going to continue to build up as time goes along. And how many racks do we have for Artist? We're 14 minutes into the game. There are only 4 barracks on the ground. Looks like a 5th finally coming up. But certainly, man, I mean, if there had been a big engagement there and he had been forced to replenish his army, it would have taken him quite a while to get that done.
I really feel like T21 had an opportunity to do a lot more damage than he was able to do. But he fell back. He takes his gold, or at least I'm assuming he's going to take his gold pretty soon. And it looks like T21 may have the much larger army here. It's all going to come down to those ghosts and those EMP shockwaves. So if they can hit the sentries and deplete them of their energy, then Artist will be able to take the advantage. It still looks like that pylon is mannering his own Nexus. The factory also waiting overhead to manor the manor if the pylon goes down. And it looks like TT1 is finally going to take the gold expansion right out here. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it?
Sometimes
700
700
There we
resources.
go.
Yeah, there we go. Artist going to make his way up now. He is on. Let's check his upgrades. 1-1 at the moment. TT1 is none. Wow. He has +1 armor coming up at the moment, but that is actually a pretty critical advantage. A couple of EMPs are going to go down. They catch most of the sentries. There are a few dropping down Guardian Shields around the side as well. Artist going to straight up engage this force, though, as all those Zealots are trapped at the back, and the Colossus dies immediately. The Zealots are starting to funnel through now, but not before a lot of damage has already been done. Another stim out of Artist. He is crashing through the remainder of the Stalkers and Sentries, and that was a huge win for Artist.
Artist taking a humongous lead right there. He was able to take out all the forces. The Zealots were not able to get to the front of the line, as you mentioned before, and that's once again showing why it's so important for Protoss players to make sure that their melee units are in the front.
And GG.